Though Lady Sylvanas and her Forsaken finally took vengeance upon their hated enemy, the Lich King, their dark crusade in Northrend proved costly. Betrayed by Grand Apothecary Putrus at the Battle of Wrathgate, the Forsaken's devious plague of death was unleashed upon both the Alliance and the Horde to calamitous effect. Unbeknownst to Sylvanas, Putrus and his demonic ally, Veramathras, had taken control of the Undercity. As a result, the Forsaken were wrongly blamed for the traitor's atrocities. Though the Undercity was eventually retaken, Sylvanas and her followers still bear the weight of Putrus' sins. Mistrusted by the other members of the Horde, the Forsaken must now prove their loyalty to the cause and redeem themselves from their supposed treachery. To this end, Sylvanas has bolstered her defenses within the Tirisfal Glades and readied her undead forces for any contingency. As one of the Forsaken, you must use your cunning and viciousness to slay any who would pose a threat to Sylvanas' rule, be they human, undead, or otherwise.
Hi guys, it's Lordsevein. I just wanted to post a quick video / response to David R64's latest video about how to improve Minecraft. If you don't know X, you really should go check out his channel and some of his videos. I'll put a link in the description below, but he is pretty fantastic. He does a lot of different Let's Plays, different videos. He's very free-form. Does a lot of different, there's a lot of variety in what he does, so there's always something interesting. He's actually what got me started playing Minecraft in the first place, and also a couple other different games that I'm going to be putting out here soon in the next couple of days. But he posted a video that really pertains to his blog post, which I'll also put in the description below. But in that blog post, he details just a huge number of things about improving Minecraft. I just want to take a moment to talk about it. He talks specifically about adventure versus building and crafting in the game. And in Minecraft, being Minecraft, you gather resources, and the majority of the game is centered around building and crafting. And there's a couple of adventure elements in that there are mobs or creatures that spawn that try and kill you, zombies and skeletons and spiders and all that business. And there's an element of exploration in that you can go into caves, or you can go out past where your spawn point is, or wherever you happen to set up base. And there's that aspect. Things can spawn in the dark or when the night goes out. And so he really just kind of takes about half the article to talk about adventure versus building and crafting, and that there's kind of a disparity between the two. That there's a whole lot of support for building and crafting and not as much for adventure, and that he's kind of bored with it. He makes some suggestions for some new items and effects in game, so like dynamic lighting, so like lighting could follow you, new mob types, new game abilities like magic and things like that. And those are all really good suggestions. I think some have more merit than others. Personally, I'm a very balanced player in that I do like the adventure. I always play with at least on normal and usually on hard, just because I like the challenge. But I like the element that mobs and the darkness, bringing the mobs and having to explore for resources. I like that element, but I also like being able to build my own thing, build something unique or useful. And I really like that. And that brings me to the point that Minecraft really is unique. I think what makes it so wildly popular is that amongst all the Call of Duty 28s that happen to be out, and all these games that seem to just iterate and iterate and iterate on almost the same thing with slight tweaks, like there's EverQuest and WoW and Rift, and they're all kind of the same thing. Minecraft is completely out of left field. I mean, it's really basic in that it's very simple gameplay concepts, but there's a lot that goes into it, that there's a lot of flexibility in that sandbox aspect, and also tapping into the fact that you can do literally whatever you want. And Minecraft players, or people who play Minecraft, have so many different ways to play the game. they can build whatever they want. They can, you know, go explore. Kind of like what he talks about is that he likes to go on adventures, and I think that's just as fine, you know, as someone wanting to build a giant pyramid or I don't know, a minecart system or something like that. And I think that's all valid. I think that's what kind of makes Minecraft special, is that because it's so unique in its gameplay elements, that each player of Minecraft can do something completely and totally unique. And they can latch on to something or appreciate something that maybe not everyone else appreciates. You know, one person might build a mob spawn or a mob trap. They like to do that. Like when they get settled in on their base, they like to go do that. Or some people might like to just go straight to a cave immediately. First thing they do, they don't build a house or anything, they just go straight to a cave, and that's what they like, that first night experience, and they'll just make worlds and worlds and do that. Personally, when I do a world, I'll just spawn the world, try and gather up a couple of things, and then build kind of a home base and survive that first night. I really like that first couple night experience, and that, you know, things aren't really easy because you don't have a whole lot of resources to base off of, and then branching out from there and seeing what could happen. And I think that instead of just suggesting new mob types or new block types or new items, we could go even a step beyond that and kind of encourage that unique point of view for each player. Kind of reinforce that. What I've been thinking, and I've seen this mentioned a couple of times both on the forums and a couple other places on YouTube, but having a way in the menu options or in the game options to customize almost the entire player experience. I'm not talking just, you know, oh, let's have a peaceful, easy, normal, hard, and quote extra hard mode, and, you know, adjusting it that way. I mean literally have an entire page of options in Minecraft that you can tweak just about anything. So for example, you could have mob types with checkboxes, and you could check the types of mobs you'd like to spawn. So if for some reason you don't want to have skeletons, you can just not have skeletons. Just untick that box and all of a sudden skeletons won't spawn anymore. You still got everything else, you know. And maybe the next day, start playing the next day, you're like, oh, I want skeletons, so you check the box. Being able to do that, or like a mob frequency slider. So if it were down towards 1, not as many mobs to spawn, almost none. If you put on 0, then none, but you know, almost none, close to peaceful. So very rare for something to spawn even in darkness. Whereas, you know, you slide it all the way to, say, I don't know, 99, and a whole lot of mobs will spawn. So that person who really likes to fight stuff and gather resources that way and likes that excitement and adventure can really just adjust it to exactly what they want. You know, if it's too many mobs, you just slide down a little bit. Oh, that's exactly the experience that I want, and, you know, go for that. And that ties into the check boxes. You know, if they only want to fight zombies, I just want a horde of zombies, I just want to destroy zombies all the time, then they can do that. They can check the zombie box, uncheck the rest of them, slide that frequency up, and then do that. And this could apply to any number of things. The length of the day and night, how effective light is. You know, it can be really effective or not very effective at making things not spawn. All kinds of things. Where you spawn in relation to certain features in the world, like mountains or oceans or, you know, whatever. Underground, on top of the world, that kind of stuff. I think this could really bring home and reinforce that individual experience of Minecraft, and in turn kind of reinforce Minecraft as a whole, being a sandbox type of game. So while I think X has a lot of really good suggestions, and I don't want you to think that I'm like hating on X, X really does do a good job, and I appreciate what he's trying to do in his blog entry, but I think we could take it a step further. And in addition to kind of improving the adventure aspect, which is really what he's going for, taking that even further than that and making each player able to customize their entire experience. I think that would really, really just push it to the next level. And I know that's probably wouldn't happen immediately, and it's not necessarily an easy fix too, but I think it could happen in the future. Anyway, it's just something I was kind of thinking about. I've seen it a couple of times, but it hasn't really been a very popular viewpoint. Most people just jump on the, I'd like a sailboat, or, you know, that whole bandwagon. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Sorry, there's no new video with this, or there's no new video tomorrow, but there will be hopefully on Monday. So give me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you like what I think, thumb it, and hopefully other people will see it and kind of spread that around. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time.